So everything depends. The attainment of our ultimate goal, that is attainment of God, which is attainment of happiness, attainment of love, peace. One word, attainment of Paramananda, the supreme bliss. It depends all on Shraddha, on faith. No faith, no knowledge, no devotion, no liberation, no mukti from the Maya world. And if we are not liberated from the Maya world, then how can we attain God? So, 4th chapter 39 verse. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Only the individual who has faith will receive the knowledge, will accept it. Accept the divine scriptural teachings. Accept the teachings coming from the sages and saints. No faith in the speaker, then why would you want to even hear the speaker? If you have no faith in me, why would you be sitting here? And if you are still seated here, you won't want to know what I'm telling you because you lack faith. So faith is very important. Number one, to get the jnana, to get the true knowledge, on the basis of which our true devotion would begin. And we'll be able to attain our ultimate aim, purpose of life, which is God realization, attainment of happiness. Again, 4th chapter 40th verse of Bhagavad Gita, which stated, Agyascha shraddhadhanascha sanshayatma vinashyati. The person who lacks faith, जिसके पास श्रद्धा नहीं है, उसका क्या होगा? पूर्ण पतन होगा. आज नहीं तो कल वो चलेगा, लेकिन वो ऐसा गिरेगा कि कभी उठ नहीं सकेगा, क्योंकि उसके पास श्रद्धा नहीं है. So no faith means the person who lacks faith will certainly be ruined. He'll be destroyed. He can't attain the ultimate aim of life. Impossible. Even in the material life, if we lack faith, we cannot get our dealings done through. When we go to the bank, if you lack faith in the bank officer, in the teller, standing on the window, if you lack faith in the teller, then you'd say, you give me the receipt first and then I'll give you my money. I've got $100,000 and I don't have faith. What if I give you this $100,000 to deposit in my account and you run away with that money and never give me receipt? If we do not place the faith in the teller, then the teller would say, you get lost. I'm not going to give you any receipt until and unless you give the money to deposit. So we all very blindly, don't we? Very blindly. We shut our eyes, we shut our minds, no questions, have faith in the teller, you take the money, you go and deposit, be it $100, be it $100,000, be it $1 million. You give the money first, the officer counts it, the teller counts it, and then writes out the receipt, deposits the money, gives you the receipt. You get a slip. Isn't it so? You don't even need the slip. It's all recorded. Thus, you have to place faith, even in the Maya world. And when it comes to God, then why do we start to question with this dirty, filthy, material mind of ours? That God, you show the miracle first, and then I'll have faith. God says, doesn't work this way, my dear. After all, you come to me thinking and taking me to be the governor and the ruler of the world, and then you want to put your own thoughts? Such a fool you are. आप लोग इतना पागल हैं दुनिया में, क्यों अपना चलाना चाहते हैं? भगवान कहते तुम्हारा नहीं चलेगा जी. मेरे से उत्पन्न हुआ और मेरे को ही आंख दिखा रहा है तू. ऐसा नहीं होता. तो श्रद्धा रखो भगवान में. So cultivate faith. If we don't have faith, if we don't cultivate faith, then can we move any to any degree on the path of devotion? The answer is no. Absolutely no. Because every time you practice any kind of devotion to God, you do arti, or you offer the bhog, or you do any kind of prayers, your mind is filled with doubts, then you keep on falling. You keep on doubting. And if you keep on doubting, then you cannot reach the goal. You'll be destroyed, as I said. 4th chapter 40th verse Bhagavad Gita, this is what Lord Krishna is saying, not what Gopeshwari Devi is saying. I'm not speaking out of my pockets. That's why for your evidence, I've given you Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the word of the Lord Himself. Again, we are all infected by the elements and the diseases of Maya. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Irsha, Dvesh, Pakhand, सब भरा हम लोगों में. कौन हमारे में से ऐसा है जो परम शुद्ध है, जिसको कोई मोह माया नहीं सताता है? खूब मोह माया है. हाँ? एक और गोपाल राधे कृष्णा गाते रहेंगे, एक और अपने बच्चे को गोपाल मान करके उसको खिलाते रहेंगे. इतना तो हमारी आसक्ति है, हम लोगों को छोड़ नहीं सकते अपने आसक्ति कोई. तो जब मोह है इतना, तो मोह और माया में फंसा हुआ मोह सकल व्याधिन कर मूला, तेहि ते पुनि उपजहि बहुसूला. काम वात कप लोभ अपारा, अक्रोध पित्त नित छाती जारा, अप्रीति करहि जो तीनहु भाई, तो उपजहि सन्निपात दुखदाई. ये जो रामायण का इतना लंबा चौड़ा कोटेशन, this Ramayana says in the words of Tulsidas Ji, moha, the attachment due to ignorance in the material world, is the root cause of all the ailments, material diseases and sicknesses. This is the sickness of the mind, where lust, anger, greed are so very vicious, poisonous, very deadly, and extremely dangerous. And we are all infected by this disease of Maya. Lust, anger, greed, avarice, competition, jealousy, hatred, name it. And the root cause of all, moha. Ignorantly the mind getting attached in the material worldly objects and individuals. But what is the way to get completely cured from this disease of Maya? To get all our moha, and due to moha, lust, anger, greed, desire, everything completely deleted and wiped out of our system. राम कृपाना सही सब रोगा, लेकिन जो यही भांति बने संजोगा. सद्गुरु वैद्य वचन विश्वासा, सद्गुरु वैद्य वचन विश्वासा, और संयम यहन विषय की आशा. सद्गुरु रूपा वैद्य के वचन पर विश्वास कर लो. विश्वास, पूर्ण विश्वास का मतलब है श्रद्धा. Having 100% belief in the words of a saint means having faith in the saint. And if one can have faith in the saint, then God's grace, which is being showered upon each one of us, will immediately be received by the soul, because of that faith in a God-realized saint. And as long as we don't have any materialistic desires when we approach such a saintly person. So we have to surrender to a Sadguru. Yes, a saint is a must in life. In order to get rid of all our material diseases, sicknesses, attachment, and all these sicknesses of the mind, lust, anger, greed, the major ones, and all of the emotions and passions that are killing us, destroying us day and night. We need to take shelter at the lotus feet of a God-realized saint. Because through this channel, via this channel, this is the only way. There's no other way. The Lord says you can't come to me directly. You have to come to me via my saints. तद्विद्धे प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया. तो उपदेक्षन्ति ते ज्ञानम ज्ञानिनः तत्त्वदर्शिनः. 4th chapter 34th verse Bhagavad Gita. Approach such a saint with a mind of surrender, holding faith, pranipatena. And if there is any inquiries to be made, any questions to be asked, ask genuine questions, and the saint would answer. And also with the bhav, with the attitude to do seva, to serve. There's three very important things, very most important, in order to treat on the path of spirituality. Number one, a genuine God-realized saint. Number two, holding faith in that saint, what he says about God, because he has attained God. He can tell us about God. How else will we find out about God? He knows the entire Vedic scriptures. He can teach us the scriptures, tell us about the scriptures, tell us the truth about God. How else can we know the scriptures? If you try to go and read the scriptures on your own with the material mind, oh, chutaina adhika adhika urajai, will get more entangled and more confused. God realized saint is a must to lead us on the path of spirituality, to clear our doubts, to answer all our questions, to tell us about the divine beloved Lord. So holding faith in the saint is very important. If we don't hold faith in the saint, then whatever the saint would say, we will not accept it, and we will not believe it, and we will not practice, and we will never be able to thus attain that knowledge which he is imparting. And number three is surrender. Surrender. Surrender yourself, offer yourself in service to that saint. My spiritual master, whose photo is over there on the wall, Jagadguru Sri Kripalu Ji Mahaprabhu, under whose guidance Radha Govind Dham today is operating. Because of whose grace we all are here today, though you may not know this divine personality. Now when he was honored as the fifth Jagadguru, and not only the fifth original Jagadguru, but as Jagadguru Uttam, as the supremost of Jagadguru, prior to Sri Maharaj Ji, Jagadguru Sri Kripalu Ji Mahaprabhu, we had 4 other Jagadgurus. 2500 years back, we had Jagadguru Shankaracharya, Adi Jagadguru Shankaracharya, original Jagadguru. And then after him we had Jagadguru Nimbarkacharya. And after him we had Jagadguru Ramanujacharya. And after Jagadguru Ramanujacharya we had Jagadguru Madhvacharya. These are all original Jagadgurus, not Gaddidharis. They don't just take the chairs. Descended personalities. After a gap of about 400 years, 700 years, after a gap of 700 years, after Jagadguru Madhvacharya, 700 years, came Jagadguru Uttam, Sri Kripalu Ji Mahaprabhu, our spiritual master. And he was honored, this honor by Kashi Vidvat Parishad of Kashi in 1957 on 14th of January. When Sri Maharaj Ji was honored, the honor of Jagadguru Uttam, then Kashi Vidvat Parishad said that the trademark of a Jagadguru is to be seated on a silver throne, a big huge silver throne, Singhasan, with a big silver umbrella on top. Everything pure silver, not gold, silver. But it has to be pure silver, worth hundreds of thousands at the time. A Jagadguru is to be seated on this silver throne and then deliver talks. Sri Maharaj Ji, as his natural nature, as he the very embodiment of humbleness, he did not have the Singhasan. For 1 year, no Singhasan. In 1957, on 14th of January, he was honored as Jagadguru Uttam. No Singhasan, he just sit like normal, whatever seat would be prepared for him, and he delivered the talk. Because he refuted the fact that by sitting on a Singhasan, on a throne, it would change the personality of the person. It won't. Whether you sit on a throne or you sit on a floor, on a mat, it makes no difference. Sri Maharaj said, I am who I am, and you all are who you are, and you are mine and I am yours. What does it change really? But because this is the trademark of a Jagadguru, there was a big noise from Kashi Vidyat Parishad and from the rest of the scholars. So ultimately, after a year of all this, wherever Sri Maharaj would go, there would be flyers distributed against him, in opposition to him. Just imagine, people would write dirty, dirty things and throw dirty rumors around, say bad things about such a saint. Yes, they didn't realize, poor people, that how much sins they are accumulating by doing this. But this is our foolishness. This is the state of our foolishness if we lack faith. Faith in scriptures, lack faith in God, lack faith in the saints. So they started saying, oh, look at this person. He thinks he's a great person. What does he think himself to be? Huh? Not sitting on a throne, not trying to follow the precepts of the norms of the Jagadguru position, etc. Anyway, so the devotees pleaded and prayed to Sri Maharaji. It made no difference to Maharaji whether people criticized him or praised him. It never matters to a saint. It goes beyond them. So ultimately, devotees really pleaded to him, please Maharaji, have a Singhasan made. So they actually made the Singhasan for Sri Maharaji. All silver throne now. 6 people had to carry the throne. Very heavy. So wherever Maharaji will go, now he will be traveling in this, traveling in a train or whatever, but then seated on the Singhasan, he will be delivering the talk. So then again the flyers were all distributed against him. Well, what is the flyer against him now? Look at him. He thinks himself to be a great big Jagadguru, seated on a throne. He gives lectures. Can't he just give lectures by sitting on the floor or on the ground or whatever we prepare? This is dunya. ये दुनिया है. कुछ भी करोगे, उंगली तो उठाने वाला उठाएगा. So this is the world. This is the way people are. If they lack faith, then no matter what you do, they will always point a finger at you. But if you have faith, then no matter what you do, they will always be surrendered. So this is how important faith is in our lives, especially when we wish to tread on the path of spirituality. Because lacking this faith, we won't even accept the words of God or words of the scriptures or words of the God-realized saints. Just because when people lack faith, they always look for the fault. Even if there is none, they will still try to create some. Thus, the Vedas, that is why, force us into cultivating faith. Whatever little you do, please do it with all your faith. Nema dharma achar tap yoga yagya japadana desha japuni koti na kariye rujana jahi hariyan. The disease and the sickness of Maya can never be deleted and wiped off. No matter how much name, dharma, achar, tap, yoga, yag, jatan, how much of rituals you do, how many of rituals you do. For else you could be seated in tapasya, in austere penance, nothing will happen. You can do all the yagnas, the big fire sacrifice, etc., or fasting, etc. But the disease of the mind, the sickness of the mind, the pollution, the filth, the lust, anger, greed, etc. can never be deleted, can never be taken out. We will never be freed from it. The only one way is the grace of God, which would only come when we would surrender and have faith in a saint. In a saint. God says, I am not approachable directly. You come via my saints. Because the saint is the torch, the light bearer. Follow me. If thou wishes to meet thy Father who lives in the abodes above heaven, follow me, says Christ. Buddha says, follow me. Prophet says, follow me. saint. And our scriptures are filled with this Mahapurush Tattva. However, Mundokopanishad, verse number 1 to 12, very clearly states that that saint has to be Tadvijnanartham sagurumeva vigachet samitpanishotriyam brahmanishtam. God realized personality. So, faith. Now, if one holds faith in a God realized saint, then what happens? What is the miracle that one can experience? Unless and until I tell you about miracle, I'm not going to stop my lecture. I want this miracle to happen right now, here, today. If you hold faith, you know what's the miracle? Pin drop silence. So, faith. I'll tell you, this faith of Meera's faith in Sri Krishna, it came through the faith which she held in her Guru. The faith in Meera's Guru. The first Guru of Meera didn't need any initiation. The faith comes from the bottom of the heart. There is no physical action. If one holds faith in a saint or in God, it's a very internal thing. Meera had a faith in Saint Rai Das, who gave Meera the Tanpura. That was good enough. From that began Meera's spiritual journey. The faith in that saint, who was just a very ordinary person, whom people didn't hold faith in, but Meera held the faith. At the age of 5, Meera found Shri Krishna. It was not merely a statue where she was led to, it was real. This is not merely a statue, it's a patthar. अगर नहीं मानोगे, अगर श्रद्धा नहीं तो एक पत्थर है, पत्थर को पूजा कर रहे हो. अब पत्थर को पूजा करोगे तो क्या बनोगे? पत्थर. After that we will become stones, we will be turned into stones, because rocks and stones are also life forms. But if you have faith, then this is God. This is God. He speaks, He moves. He smiles and He embraces. But you ought to experience this with your faith. Meera had that faith. So it was Meera's faith which brought Krishna alive to Meera. She was married to Sri Krishna. And when